Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for another episode of our NHL 16 Be a GM following the Philadelphia Flyers. So, we are currently here at the beginning of the Year 2 draft, one day away. I just got done editing up my trade block. I'll show you guys that in a minute once we get done with that, although I'm not really sure if I get edited up again, but I will definitely try. But, yeah, so last episode we took our Phantoms through the Calder Cup playoffs, and they managed to go all the way to the Calder Cup and beat the San Diego Gulls in 6 games to capture the Calder Cup. So, what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to take a look at the team going into this Year 2 draft. We're going to see where our draft pick actually could possibly be. And we're going to take a look at all the stats from the playoffs. And then I can't do the scouting again because apparently once the NHL regular season ends, you can't pin the guys on your scouted list. So, we'll just have to make a smart pick here, I guess. And let's go into the Stats Central and let's check out the awards for this year for the NHL and the AHL teams. So your Florida Panthers cut the streak of the Los Angeles Kings and the Chicago Blackhawks winning the Cup. So your Florida Panthers are the Stanley Cup champs this year. Presidents went to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So it was Calgary versus Florida in the NHL Finals. Okay, in the Stanley Cup. All right, so Art Ross goes to Erik Karlsson. So he led the league in points this year. Interesting. Hart Memorial, Devin Dubnyk. James Norris, Erik Karlsson. Lady Byng, Erik Karlsson. Calder Memorial, Michael Del Call. Conn Smythe, Roberto Luongo. Vezina, Devin Dubnyk. William N. Jennings, Devin Dubnyk. Bill Masterton, Dan Hamhuis. Frank J. Selke, Jonathan Taves. Ted Lindsay, Devin Dubnyk. And Maurice Richard, Alex Ovechkin. All right, so not a lot of players being taking home many awards this year, a lot of the same. All right, so for the AHL, your Calder Cup champions were the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Syracuse there, Grand Rapids. These are just the divisional winners. Syracuse, San Diego. Lehigh Valley won the division. Hershey, Hartford, Richard and Kenning, Lehigh Valley, and then San Diego. So, yeah, those are just all the division winners there for the team awards. And now for the player awards, we got the John B. Sullenberger Trophy. So the most points went to Jared McCann. Les Cunningham, MVP, Jared McCann. Willie Marshall, most goals, Oliver Bjorkstrand. Dudley Red Garrett Memorial, which is the most outstanding rookie, Oliver Bjorkstrand. Eddie Shore, best defenseman, Shea Theodore. Alej Baz Bastian is the best goaltender, goes to Mark Byzantine. The most valuable player to the Calder Cup playoffs, so pretty much the Vezina winner was Anthony Stolarz. Fred T. Hunt, sportsmanship goes to Hunter Shinkaruk. Community player, T. Hughes, and then Harry Hap Holmes. Lowest goals against average, Michael Layton. All right, so there are the awards there. Only Anthony Stolarz walked away with the MVP for the Calder Cup playoffs, but other than that, nothing really too great for the our team getting awards. Okay, so let's go into trading block here if I can. Nope, I can't edit it anymore. Okay, so let's see what can we do here. Can go to contracts and view that out because there are some overall changes that we can look at before we get into this draft. As for the guys who I put on my trading block, the only player I put on there was Matt Reed, and I put on my 2 draft picks. I put on the 2 highest third round picks that I had, and I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. So let's go into our goaltender situation here and look at that. So Mason and Neuvirth both need to be re-signed this year, and honestly, I think I will re-sign them both. Mason might ask for a little bit of money, but I think we should keep this goaltender duo again next year because honestly, they're the best guys we have currently right now at the moment. There's no in the system guys that are going to be ready anytime soon. Even though Anthony Stolarz is a 78, if he gets like to an 80 or something, he probably will still be like a minor league player. So we can put him back down there in the minors for another year. Neuvirth might get a little bit of a low contract, maybe like a 1 or 2 year deal just in case Stolarz does progress by the time he's like 24 or 25, and then we could trade him the year that Stolarz is ready to go. But other than that, nobody on goaltending needs to be signed currently. Stoley does need to be signed this coming year, but honestly, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so the goaltender situation is good. Defensively is going to be a little bit of an interesting situation. So, if we take a look at ourselves on defense, Streit retired, as you guys can see here. Mark Streit has retired. So it's going to be Michael Del Zotto and Radko Gudas, Luke Shen, Ben Lovejoy and Evgeny Medvedev do need to be re-signed, but we will not re-sign them. We'll go into our prospects situation and show you guys that. So we'll save $4.2 million right there with those two guys. Delzato does need to be re-signed, so I think I will do that because he's honestly our only offensive defenseman left right now. So he'll be re-signed. Mark Alt is up here currently. So currently we only have 4 defensemen. However, if we go to ourselves in the system, yeah, we're looking pretty good. Robert Hagg jumped up to an 84. He can still get better by the time the season is ready to start, but he is considered only a top 6 defenseman with a defensive category of high, like mid 80s. He's technically top 6, but I'm pretty sure by the time that he improves himself, he will probably be ready by like maybe 85, 86, and he'll be ready to possibly be top 4 or even top 2. But we'll see how he plays out. Sanheim's 82. He's still considered a depth defenseman, so we're going to wait on him. Ivan Provorov is an 80, but he's considered a top 6 defenseman. So it's interesting how they have Provorov grouped up here. It's probably because his defensive awareness is already up to an 87. So that's probably the only reason Ivan Provorov is considered a top 4, is considered a top 6. Sam Morin is not ready just yet. He's still minor league top 2. Same thing with Shane Gostisbehere, who's considered a depth defenseman. So those guys are just not ready just yet. Peterson, Davis, Thrower, and then Mark Alt is obviously on the main roster, but we'll switch him around. So Lovejoy and Medvedev will be out. Hagg and Provorov will most likely be in, barring any changes from Gostisbehere or Sanheim or Sam Morin. So our defense is looking pretty good. If there's like a stud defenseman available in free agency, I will not be against signing them, like a really high, like top 2 potential defenseman in free agency. I would not be against that. Right wingers. Okay, so Voracek we know. Simmons. Reed is on the trading block because if I can trade Matt Reed at this point, I would not be against that. Once again, if there's a guy available in free agency, pick him up because I don't think any of our lower end prospects will be ready. Ryan White needs to be re-signed. Colin McDonald I think we'll let go because he's unhappy with his playing time right now, so we can let him go. Pelujai will probably re-sign because if he gets a nice little boost, he could maybe be like a depth player. Same thing. Brendan Ollerson needs to be re-signed, but Simmons and Voracek are fine. Reed, if I could trade him, would not be against it. In the system for right wingers, nobody's ready just as of right yet. Jeff Loves and Meyer are both 76, so I think another year for them and the Myers will do them good. Julien Gauthier will sign him this year because he is 72, so he will be ready to play. Kinu Yamamoto will keep him unsigned just for one more year, and we should be good for those guys for the right wingers. Left wingers now. Brendan McMillan, 81. Once again, he needs to be re-signed, so depending on what his defensive stats look like, we'll probably still keep with him. Straka, obviously, the playoff performer. Bourneval, 81, and Belmar, 80. We'll sign Belmar just in case, and once again, some more depth for injuries. His defensive category is very good, so we'll keep him signed. Everybody else down here needs to be re-signed. We'll probably tender qualifying offer to Case. We'll sign Lier. And everything looks good there for the right wingers. And then centers, Claude's fine, Coots is fine, Shen is fine, Gagne is fine, Cousins is an 80, but I think he's not ready just as of right yet. Nope, still minor league scoring forward. Lawton is probably in the system. Yeah, Lawton's unhappy with himself right now, but a good contract will change his mind right there. He'll be getting his NHL contract deal right now. Don't know why he's unhappy. It's a little bit weird. It's probably because he's in the minors. I don't know why he's so unhappy with the team right now, but whatever. Third line scorer forward, he'll be re-signed. Same thing with Van de Velde. Cornell's good. Konechny still has a long way to go. And then lots of these guys need to be signed, like Magali, Noel, Roy. They're all above 70, so we can definitely sign them onto deals. And we should be looking pretty good. So right now, our forward core, we have our centers in Claude Giroux, in Braden Shen, in Scott Lawton, and then fourth line center. We have a wingers, Coots, and Simmons, and Voracek. The first line. The only issue there is Matt Reed. If we can find a way to maybe trade Matt Reed, if there's a team that could maybe take on Matt Reed, that would be something. But we'll wait and see about the offseason because he is still on contract. I can't trade away anybody else. If you notice as well, you didn't see Patrick Marleau because I think Patrick Marleau retired along with Mark Streit because our current cap space is $4.5 million. So I think both of those guys did retire in some fashion. So also our retained cap is over this year as well. So that's going to be nice. Our retained cap from Vinny Lecavalier I think is over after this year. So that's nice to see as well. All right, so that's basically it. Reads on the trading block. I have 2 of our 3rd round picks on there because if I can move up to a decent 2nd round pick, depending on what prospects are available, I will be fine with that because, like I said, this draft is not important to me because, honestly, defensemen I don't need. I have 2 guys moving up. Possibly I have a lot of guys moving up. Well, defensive prospects wouldn't be bad because I have the potential of a lot of defensive prospects moving up. So picking up some more would not be bad. So we'll have to see. We'll go into the draft. We'll see who's available. We'll go to the draft and player morale. Do I have to do player morale like meetings or anything? Or is that not applied right now? There's no player meetings applied right now. All right, so let's just get into the draft. I might make a trade to move 2/3 up for a high 2nd, but that's probably the only trade I will make. All right, so let's start the draft. Let's see where we're going to be picking. We are going to have the 3rd overall pick in this year's NHL draft. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not going to have any players pinned here. Let's see. Scouted players. I don't think there's... And no data to display at the time. Okay, so here are the players who are going to be going in the 1st round. Like I said, the clock is stopped right now, so we don't have anybody making any crazy trades right now. So, yeah, here's the top players right now. We have a goalie in the top 5 as well as Skinner. We have a power forward, top 5. So this guy, we have Nolan Patrick, who appears to be the best overall player in this draft as a power forward center. I don't think we necessarily need that. Lopes, who's a left wing 2-way forward, top 5. We don't have him scouted all too much. He is 20 years old as an American. There is a goalie here in Stuart Skinner, top 5. 6'6". That is not bad. Would I be against choosing a goaltender with my 3rd overall pick? Would I be against that? I don't know if I would be against that all too much. We have a defenseman, an offensive defenseman. He's the best defensive man here. There's also a lot of top 10 guys as well. So, or we could go with Malden, who's the other top 5 potential. Jason Malden. All right, how about potential? Who's the best potential guy? Okay, there is high potential for a starter in Campbell, but he's going in the 1st round. Patrick does have the best stats there as well for the potentials. Chistov, Nazarov, yeah, there's a lot of guys in there. Kostopoulos, top 5. Lopes is up there, so he does have pretty good potential. Same thing, like Patrick is the best person there, center power forward. So, judging by this thing, Skinner and Lopes. All right, so let's just see what happens here. Let's just see what happens. Let's sim the options. Let's sim the pick here for the Winnipeg Jets. They're going to go with Patrick, who has high potential to become elite. Okay, so that's where he's going to go. The Rangers are up next and then followed by us. Let's see who the Rangers pick. Let's sim the pick by the New York Rangers. They're going to take Malden. Okay, so Malden, who was a center sniper, high potential for a top 6. Okay, so we can either go with a Skinner here, the goaltender, or we could go at Lopes. That's the problem. That's the issue that we're going here. Or we could go with Bachman. Bachman is a offensive defenseman, a super sweet offensive defenseman, 19 years old, top 5 potential. We can go with another good defensive prospect to fill the pool. Or we could go with a 2-way forward in Cam Lopes. Or we could go with the goaltender. It's our decision right now of who we want to go. Chistov has the high potential and the top 10 as well. It's got him pretty good. Wow, he has a lot of 80s and 90s everywhere. Damn. Medium. Well, scouting accuracy is medium. But skating looks to be high already. He looks like a very, very fast skater. Yeah, I can move a couple of my 3rds up. Well, I'm not going to be able to move like 2/3 up for a high 1st. That's not going to happen. But Chistov does look pretty good. I'm interested to see what he's going to turn out to be. But I think it's either between Bachman or Lopes. Bachman or Lopes. I got 2 minutes to figure this out. What do I need? Like forwards, 2-way forwards. I have Meyer. I have Jeb Palavs. They're both a power forward and 2-way forward prospects. I don't think I need Lopes. I think it would be beneficial for me to take another defenseman because, like I just said, the possibility of 2 to 4 or 5 of my defensive prospects are probably going to be moved up within the next 2 years. So stocking up again on another defensive prospect to fill the role that's going to be lost by those guys, I think would be smart. I think that makes more sense than taking Lopes. I think it makes sense taking an offensive defenseman rather than it does a two-way forward, considering we just lost Streit, who was an offensive defenseman, and the only other offensive defenseman to fill our role prospect-wise is Shane Gostisbehere. So I think it would be beneficial for us here to take the Super Swede and Bachman. So I think that's what we're going to do there. I think we're going to take the defenseman in, what's his first name? His first name is Ulf Bachman. He's 19 years old too, so I think it's a good choice here to take. All right, so like I said, we lost the offensive defenseman in Streit. A lot of our prospects are going to be moving up soon, so I think it's only smart for us to stock it right back up again. So with our third overall pick in the 2017 or 2016 draft, is it 2016? No, 2017 draft, we're going to take Ulf Bachman. There we go. Draft Ulf Bachman and a medium potential for a top 4 defenseman. Not too bad. All right, so could be a little bit better, but let's see how those other guys turned out. Let's see. Send the pick from the Vancouver Canucks. They took Skinner, who was high potential for it to be a starter. Okay, so as expected. Buffalo, let's see who they take. They're going to take Cheestov, who was a medium for a top 6. Devils, Ragnarsson, top 4 defense potential D-man. Helenis, that Lonis guy Lopes didn't get picked yet. There he is. So medium potential for a top 6 forward. Okay, so I'd rather take the top 4 guy in Bachman there. So medium potential for a top 4 offensive defenseman. I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, so let's see what we can do here, because our next pick is not for a while. Let's go to the second round here, see when our second round pick. Oh, we don't have a second round pick. That's right. That is right. We do have a second round pick. I thought we didn't. We have the second round pick, 11th overall. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna move up. Maybe I can move up my second and one of my thirds to maybe get a late round first. That might be good. Think we should do that? I think we should do that because, like I said, well, I'd rather get quality over quantity this year, so I think that's what we should do. Let's offer a trade. Let's offer a trade up. Let's see if there's any teams that are interested in my second as well as my 2/3. I think it'd be beneficial for us to move up into this draft. Okay, so we do have a second. I didn't know I had a second, but I think it would be good for us if we move up a second and our best third to move up to another late round first. So let's trade Phillies and Washingtons. We'll keep ours and Arizona's. And we'll move up possibly to a late round first. I think a second and a third might be enough to get us to a late round first round pick. So we gotta see who's picking left here. Okay, before we make this trade, let's see who's available here. Like late first wise. So that would be maybe around 25. So Anaheim would be a good choice to pick here. Yeah, I think Anaheim would be a good choice to make that pick. Like, I'm thinking around 25 would be a good choice. Yeah, let's see if we can trade for that Anaheim pick at number 25. So, first round pick there. They want to give it up, which is good. I'm looking, though, for somebody who wants my second round pick. And then this third. So, let's see. Let's look for a team that possibly wants our second round pick. Okay, so we gotta look for a team that wants our second round pick first before we make this trade. Yeah, Boston wants our third, but we don't want that. Buffalo wants our second and our third. Where is their first, though? If they have one. Did they pick already? Firsts. They don't have one this year. Okay, so Buffalo doesn't have a first. I'm not interested. Carolina. Okay, I gotta sort this by year right now, though. Sorted by the year. Carolina does have a first, but they're not interested in giving it away, even though they want our 2 picks. So I want somebody who's willing to give up their first, and if they want to have our 2 picks as well. So Columbus doesn't want the second, so we're not going to do that. Calgary doesn't want to give it up, even though they want ours. Chicago wants to give up the first. They don't want our second. Nope, nothing with Colorado. Dallas doesn't want to give up the first, but they want our 2 picks. That might be it if we can't find anybody else. Detroit has 2, and they only want to give either of them up. Edmonton, they don't want to give up either. Yeah, this might be a case where we might have to find a team that doesn't want to give up the first, but these 2 picks will add up. See, Florida, did Florida want to give it away? Florida didn't want to give it away, but they want our 2 picks, and that was kind of low. Los Angeles, nope. Man, all these teams that want to keep their first don't want the seconds. Montreal, nope, Montreal doesn't even have a first. New Jersey, they don't have one. Nashville, they don't have one either. New York Islanders, they want to give theirs away, and they want our second. Would that be enough, though? All the way up to the A. Second and the third. All the way up to the A. That could be close. That could be close, giving up a second and the third for the first from the New York Islanders. That could be pretty close, so let's just keep looking, though. Let's keep looking. That's probably the closest offer right now because the Islanders want our second, but they don't want the third. Rangers don't have a first. Ottawa. I forget who was at the back end of the first round, so just looking through all the trades here. Pittsburgh. San Jose. They want to give it up. They want our second. St. Louis doesn't have one. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay wants to give it up, but they don't want either of the picks. Toronto, they don't want to give it away. They don't want either anyway. Vancouver. Vancouver had a late rounder from Ottawa. They want both of ours. Vancouver would probably be one of the better ones because Vancouver wants both of our picks. Let me see. Would I be able to, like, change the third up a bit? Because that seems to be a little bit closer. Now, I think the third from Washington has to stay. So we could probably take the Ottawa Senators pick from Vancouver. Winnipeg. Winnipeg does not have a first either. Okay. And one then Washington, they don't have one. Okay, so I think it's either between, I think it might be the New York Islanders or the Vancouver Canucks that we make the trade with here. So let's go to New York. Let's see if this trade will go through. First round pick from the New York Islanders for a second and a third. Let's see if that goes through. Trade rejected. They don't want that. Okay, so let's go to Vancouver then. And see if they want to make that trade with us. First round pick for the second and the third. Same year. Trade rejected. Woefully insufficient, they say. Okay. I would have to give up 2/3. I probably would have to give up 2/3. All right, where is the Islanders pick and where is the Vancouver's pick at? Islanders pick at 21. Vancouver picks at 27. All right, if I throw in 2/3 and keep 1/3 from New York, I think that one might be able to go through. Give up 2/3 and a second for the first from New York. Let's see if we do that. So give up the second. Give up the third from Washington. And give up the third from... Let's go with Arizona. Let's keep Arizona's because it looks like Philadelphia has a lower thing than Arizona. So we give up 2/3 and a second to move up to the first round here. Remember, we're going for quality over quantity this year. Even though you could maybe get some good steals there in the third round, we want to get another first round pick here. So a second and 2/3 now for the New York Islanders first round pick. Will this go through? Trade accepted. On behalf of the New York Islanders organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out there on the ice. So we maybe could have moved up a little bit further than that, but I'm happy moving up to number 21 in the draft from staying at like number 11 in the second. So we get another first round pick here. We lose 2 of our thirds, but that's perfectly fine. We still have 1 third round pick left, as well as all the depth picks later. So we're going to get another quality player here. So let's simulate to the user pick right here. Check out all the other players that have been drafted before us, and let's see what we have. Okay, so Hale, top 6, Samsonov, Korolev, Daly, Percy, Jarvis. That was a good pick from Arizona. Eminger, Wild, a medium potential to become elite. Good pick there from the Blue Jackets. Halanka, Nazarov, Campbell, elite goaltender. That's good from Colorado. And then top 9, Sniper. Okay, so that was a good pick there from the Columbus Blue Jackets to get up that elite medium potential to become elite two-way forward. There's still a couple first-round gut players still left here. 2 snipers and a 2-way defender. here in O'Sullivan and Stone. So Franklin Stone, center sniper. Eric O'Sullivan, left wing sniper. So he's 20. None of these guys are scouted at all too much, so I think we should probably go with the best potential player here. Koznahov is that second round player, top 9. Best potential so far, and he's not going to go until the second round, so I think I just might hold off on him. He's another center, two-way forward. I don't need them. I'd rather pick up a sniper. We don't have the sniper, so let's just go for the projected. Take a look at the projected still. All right, so we want center sniper or a left wing sniper. I probably want a winger sniper, honestly, rather than I want a center sniper. Even though he's younger, Franklin Stone's younger. Let's go with Eric O'Sullivan here. Make that pick. Medium potential for a top 9 sniper. That's fine. All right, so let us sim to the user pick here because it's going to be a while. This is going to be a while before we actually draft again in the third round, so then we'll take a look at all the players that have gone since then. So first round, I'll take a look at the rest of the first. Should have plenty of time. Okay, so Stone did go top 9 as well. Heikkinen, Krupp, Greening, Hillen, Hirsch, Day, starter there. Okay, not bad there in the first round to end it all. Let's see if there's any steals that happened in the second. Let's see. Top 6 potential forward in Subrev, Chorny. Let's see. Anybody else really great? Low potential for a starter there. Top 9, top 9s. Top 6 playmaker there, Markov. High potential bottom 6. Yeah, now we're getting to the high potential players. Okay, so nothing really too great there other than that top 6 player. Let's see, top 9 forward. Anybody else? No, nothing really too spectacular there. Okay, so let's see. Did our player get taken yet? Did that guy get taken? All right, so third round guys left. Potential. Best potential third, fourth round guy is this guy in Kostopoulos, a two-way forward winger. Arikapov, fourth rounder. Yeah, a lot of fourth round players still going left here, but we probably should take a third rounder here. Goaltender wouldn't be bad. Solani, that's always not bad. Going with Solani, another playmaker. Could go with a power forward in Kaminsky, Lots. I think I might take the Solani guy, a right wing playmaker. Ville Solani. Fantastic Finn. Get a Finn player on the team, why not? Tamander. Let's see. Anybody else really great? I see a lot of D-men. Novosoletev. Ivan Novosoletev. Novosoletev. Novoslitsev. I guess that would be Novoslitsev. I think that's what that would be. We could pick up another defender. I would not have a problem with that. He's the best defender going in the third round still. Best ranked third round defenseman. Who's the next defenseman though? Caffrey, I don't know what he is. Smirnoff has medium potential for a top 4. What do we want to go for? Offense or defense? Let's take this guy. Let's take this guy with a weird name. Novoslitsev. Ivan Novoslitsev here in the third round. AHL top 2. Not great. Alright, let's sim options here since the user pick. Probably should have took one of the forwards. Might have been better. Alright, let's check out the rest of the third round then. Let's see, after our pick. Let's see, yeah, all AHL guys. Fringe starter there. Solani, probably should have picked him. That's what I was thinking. Tamander, Cowan, Lots, Smirnoff, Whitting. Yeah, there's not many. It doesn't look like too many good potential forwards in this year's draft. Not many depth players. Me and potential for a top 6. That's not bad there from the New Jersey Devils. Okay, let's go with our fourth round pick here. I think now we should just go by a potential rather than projected. Best potential and projected forward is probably what we're going to go for here. Yeah, a lot of fourth round picks. So the best overall potential player and whatever the best round is how we should draft this one next. Okay, so a lot of AHL bottom 6 forwards here. So we should probably go with one of these two guys, either Luchuk or McCool. So two-way forward, either Aaron Luchuk, who's not bad, or we go with another center power forward in Hayden McCool. Both 20 years old. Let's go with Luchuk. Luchuk, AHL bottom 6 forward. Yeah, this draft is not good for late round steals. It seems like not very good. Yeah, a lot of AHL like top 2 players being drafted in this year. Gonna get lucky if you find somebody really, really good. Yeah, look at that. All AHL like forwards here in the 4th and the 5th rounds. Yeah, so you're gonna get lucky if you find somebody who with a really good potential late this year. It doesn't look like there's many good forwards. Many good players here late. All right, once again, let's just go for potential. Take the best possible player. All right, so 6th rounds here. Highland or Smith. Centers again, man. Oh, look at all these centers. Or Bayer. We could go with Alec Bayer. Center sniper, he's 19. That wouldn't be bad. We could go with Highland, Tyler Highland. His stats don't look too good. Or we could go with Smith. Declan Smith. Center two-way forward. Let's go with, I think Bayer probably had the best look on him. Yeah, let's go with Bayer. He's got low 60s everywhere. It's a couple 70s. Yeah, let's go with that Alec Bayer. Alec Bayer, AHL bottom 6. Yep. Alright, Sims the user pick. Let's just finish up this draft. Once again, there was a goaltender there and for a backup role. Should have picked up a Tendy. Maybe just one wouldn't have been bad. Let's see, anybody else? Any other big steals here? Nope, nothing. Yeah, this draft was very weak this year. Other than like the first couple rounds, very, very weak draft. Sebastian Aho goes right there. Peeping in. Yep, that goaltender. That Villian goaltender. Or Pavilion. Probably should have picked that guy. Alright, potential. Lots of forwards and defensemen. Yeah. So that guy is still going for a 6th round here. Bastian. Nathan Bastian is probably the best player right now to go. Let me just see. Any other goaltender still left? 6th round goaltender right here in Viksten. Butterfly goaltender. Another Finn. He's the best projected still. Let's just see. Yep, he's the best projected goaltender still. Maybe we should go back-to-back goaltenders here. Last 6th round D-men still left. Right wingers, couple 6th down. There's, yep, Ronning and Hamelin. Mongo, Stukel, and Gronstrom there. And then the centers. Let's pick the goaltender. Let's pick that goaltender. He's the last goaltender still left there. So he's got good potential, I think, too. Yeah, AHL fringe goaltender. So let's take Viksten or Vikstein. AHL starter, not bad. AHL starter, not bad. Then we have a 7th round pick still left here. So let's finish off this draft. Check out the 6th round. Just double check. Make sure if anybody really good got picked. Yeah, it's all AHL players this year. All AHL potential players, so nothing really too spectacular. Nope, nothing really great at all. Alright, so once again, we'll just take potential and player here. We should be good to go. Best potential player. Alright, so it's either going to be between Ulrich or Langdon. So we could go with Kyle Langdon, or we could go with Ulrich. Braden Ulrich, two-way forward, Canadian. Yeah, let's take him. Ulrich, AHL top 6. Alright, so let's just sim the entire draft. Finish it up. And we're good to go. Alright, so there are our players here. Only took 7 total players this year, so not bad with the 3rd overall pick. We took the super Swede offensive defenseman. So that'll be it, guys. We'll go into free agency on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe as always, and we'll see you guys next time.